Hey, what's up? Um, Salim Lee, Investment Lee, what was my other tag? Whatever my Instagram handles were. I don't have a lot of Instagram followers, and I really don't aspire to be honest. But I want to talk about my real estate journey, and this is my first YouTube video that I'm actually sitting down and explaining my story and hoping to learn from others and get some inspiration to others as well, as I'm still on my journey right now. So I started off within real estate in like 2016, 2017. Started off with a flip. It was a failed flip, disaster. Contractor ran off with the money. That didn't work out at all. Moved on. I enlisted into the Army and stumbled across a book in AIT called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which a lot of people know. It's like an entrepreneur's Bible, honestly. Moved on from there. I got my first deal when I was in AIT, but it wasn't a deal. I didn't go out to contract, but I got my first lead, I want to say, in AIT. He ghosted me after like 3 weeks, so that didn't work out at all. Then moving forward, I got to my duty station at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which I was a air defender, so 14 Golf in the Brigade Aviation Element. So I was there for about 3.5 years, 4 years almost, and it was a good experience because I started wholesaling there. I did about being there. I probably did about like wholesaling and flipping. I did about 50 to 60 deals or so, probably a little more. I don't know. I gotta track it, but I did about 50 to 60 deals, and this is all the way from 2016, 2017 to about like current where we are now, December 29th, 2023. So I've done a plethora of deals. So I'm gonna break down some of the deals that I've done that have gotten me to where I am now. So let's just talk about my first wholesale deal. If you don't know what wholesaling is, it's finding a distressed property, getting a contract on it, taking a paper contract, and selling that interest in the contract to an end buyer, and the end buyer is going to flip it or rent it or do whatever they want to do with it, Airbnb, whatever they want to do. That's But I started off with a wholesale deal in Oak Grove, Kentucky, right outside of Fort Campbell. It's like right there. It's like right across the street almost. And I started with a wholesale deal there, which I partnered up with a guy on that wholesale deal. It was the guy who bought the wholesale deal paid me $1,500. It was weird because he just started flipping houses too, and I just started wholesaling like crazy. So I gave him the contract, of course. It was a $3,000 assignment. He gave me $1,500 up front and another $1,500 at the end of the project, which I didn't know. I could have wholesaled it to somebody else and got the full $3,000. But at the end of the day, that guy is still my partner to this day. Him and I still do deals together, just off of that one deal that I allowed him to pay me the $1,500 up front, and the other $1,500 was going to be paid when the deal was closed, which he did pay me. So moving forward, I flipped a few more deals in Oak Grove, Kentucky. It's a very small market. It's a small market. I mean, the radius of the town is not even that big at all. The radius, it's probably less than like 600 houses in there. I don't know. It's not that big at all. But moving forward, I started. Now, if you know where Clarksville is and you know where Fort Campbell, Kentucky is, it's like they're borderline states. So all I did was start wholesaling properties in Clarksville, Tennessee as well. And my first deal that I got in Clarksville, Tennessee, I wholesaled it to a guy. I still partner up with him on deals to this day as well. And that was about like 3-4 years ago. All this kind of happened. Well, actually going on 5. Sheesh, time is flying. So I wholesaled him a deal as well. And the only reason I'm highlighting some of these deals is because I'm still in contact with a lot of these guys and we still do deals together. I don't really wholesale deals to them anymore. we're flipping deals, and we have a different kind of relationship these days. But they're very significant to my story because I wholesaled them properties, and they showed me how to flip the houses because that's what they were doing with the properties. They were flipping houses or either renting them. The first guy, he flipped that property, and I actually worked on that property with him. He showed me how to do drywall. He showed me how to floors, paint, all type of stuff. And I learned a lot from him. And then this other guy, I'm not gonna put their names out there because I don't, I don't know if they want their names to be out there. But I wholesaled a property to him, and he showed me everything from top to bottom. So the first house that I did, it was on a slab, so it didn't have a crawl space or anything like that. So there wasn't a lot of like joist work or anything like that at all. But the second guy that I wholesaled the property to, that property had it had a basement, so it had floor joists, support beams, all type of stuff. So when I wholesaled him that property, that was during COVID, and that property had all types of problems. So we stripped it like down to and I was there almost every day on the project. And like I said, we stripped that project, we gutted it, and he showed me how to reconstruct the property from top to bottom, which that led me into doing flips myself. So of course I had a few more wholesale deals, in between. And funny enough, the property that I flipped, I actually wholesaled to the second guy that I was talking about. And I had went out to a field exercise. This is all during COVID still, in the Army. If you don't know what a field exercise is, it's just a simulation on like war, basically, right? So what are we gonna do if this happens? So we all went out, and I wholesaled him a property before I left. But when I came back, he still hadn't wholesaled the property. Well, he still hadn't worked on it, did anything. So I want to say 3 weeks went by since I got back, and he still hasn't done anything with it. So I kind of bugged him about it for about a good week or so. He talked to his wife, and they wholesaled me the property. They sold me the property back because they owned it, and they sold me the property back. So I think I might have wholesaled them the property for $33,000 or something like that, and they sold it back to me for $37,000. So they made $4,000, and ever since then, I flipped that property with the first guy that I wholesaled my first wholesale deal to. Funny enough, right? So we stripped that property from top to bottom, gutted it all out, of course, new HVAC. It didn't need a new roof, luckily. But the whole interior, brand new drywall, HVAC, insulation, electrical, everything. I mean, this house was a full gut. And this was dead winter when I was working on this property. So it was really a learning lesson for me because the relationships, it was more the relationships for me because I kept good business going. And of course, me and the first guy, we started doing flips like crazy. And then me and the second guy, we were doing flips as well. We landed a $21,000, I landed a $21,000 flip that he supplied all the financing for. And all I did was, get the deck painted, got the house cleaned, got some recessed lights installed. And that was mainly it. And we split the profit down 50-50. I made a $21,000 fee on that. Well, not fee, profit on it. And that was it. And just kind of moving forward, that was 2021 maybe. It was 2020, 21, I don't know. But in between, I kept wholesaling deals. I kept, I was still flipping properties of my own, doing a whole bunch of projects. I'm talking about, I got 3 projects going at a time, and then I'm selling projects, wholesaling this. So I was doing a lot of movement. And then come I think this might have been summer 2022. No, actually, it might have been summer 21. I'm not sure. I came across a wholesale deal. It was a lot. It was a 2.5 acre lot right down the street from Post. And one thing I can say is I learned a lot on that deal because I thought I was going to have a homer, and I could have. Ultimately, I ended up losing about $350,000 in that deal. Ouch, I know. But it was a learning lesson. So I picked up a 2.5 acre lot with 2 other partners that I've known. Actually, the first guy, and then another guy that I knew. He was a real estate investor. he was willing to do a development. So we had to develop land and then build all types of stuff, right? Come to find out, it was going to cost us way more than what we thought because interest rates had jumped up, and it kind of killed us. So they killed the deal. I was going to build 22 units. It's going to be a mixture. It's going to be like a 8-plex, 6-plex, triplex, all types of plexes. But it was gonna look real. It was gonna be real good. When we first ran the numbers, we were gonna have about $1 million in profit if we got it fully occupied and sold. We were gonna be profiting about $1 million. And I mean, we were getting dragged around by the surveyors. It was a debacle. I mean, people were trying to stop our project from happening. It was a whole debacle. It was crazy. But ultimately, we ended up selling that deal this year, 2023, and we didn't make much on it at all. It's almost embarrassing. So I paid and it's a learning lesson though. So I'm gonna keep it real. Paid $110,000 for the property, and we ended up selling it for about $145,000 or $150,000, I think it was. But we had to pay $12,000 to the surveyors. So I mean, you can do the math right there and see what the profit was. But we didn't end up making that much money, which ultimately at the end of the day was okay, because I stumbled across another deal. Later, after months after I sold that deal, I stumbled across a new deal, and ultimately ended up working out. And this new construction project that I'm doing right now, it's working out pretty good. And like I said, I'm fitting all this stuff. It sounds short because of how I'm saying it. I'm making it sound short, but it's very long. Like I said, this is 2016, 2017 when I first started, all into 2023. So we're talking about years of just grinding, just working. And it all seems so surreal that I'm here now, still in the business, still kicking, still grinding, still moving, still doing good in the business. My highest year, I did $353,000, I think it was, or 355 or whatever. That was my highest year, net profit. And I mean, it worked out. I, of course, dumped all that back into real estate, wrote off a lot of stuff, and kind of kept it moving or whatever. But I've had, I think I've had like two 6-figure years, and I'm planning on closing in on 7 figures. That's my goal. When closing on 7 figures, I want to keep the good goals going, because if I stop and just say I want to make 6 figures, then I would never make 7 figures. If I just settle for 6 figures a year, I would never make 7 figures. So I want to talk about how I'm going to make my first $1 million and what I'm going to do to get there and how I plan on getting there. So I have 4 townhomes right now that I'm going to be building. Those will range from wherever the market is. If I'm able to sell all 4 of those townhomes, which I already have a buyer for one of them, I'm gonna range from about 380,000. Well, actually 325,000. That's with my realtor fees and stuff backed out. 325,000 all the way up to 480,000 in profit, and that's not net profit, of course. I have some fees that have to come out of that, but then also I'm starting another 4 builds and then another 6 builds, and I think with all of that, when I did my math last, I had about a $700,000 profit on my 6 builds, and then of course another $325,000 profit. All this is just wherever the market conditions are. 325,000 all the way up to 480,000. So all of that is not going to be profit. Of course, I have taxes, fees, I have interest rates. I have to back out my interest payments out of some of that as well, because I am paying interest payments on these properties, which on my 4 right now, I'm at 8.5%, and I'll be paying about $68,000 to like $70,000 in interest payments all across my 4 bills that I'm working on now. And banks are coming down because they're supposed to be chopping interest rates next year, so they're wanting more people to come and borrow more money from them. So hopefully, when I go back, I can get a 8% interest or a 7.5% interest, hopefully, and we'll kind of go from there. But I plan on making my first million next year by December. I will revisit and just kind of see where I am, because I can tell you right now that it does feel surreal, and I do hope that I hit my target goal. I'm playing the game right. I'm not just banking on my new construction deals to make me a millionaire at all, because what if they don't sell? Now, if they don't sell, I can rent them, put a line of credit on them, and kind of go and start some more projects. I do have exit strategies that I am working on developing right now. I can always cash flow and bank on them and wait until the market really drops and kind of sell them off. But my build cost is so low that it's gonna benefit me into selling at whenever I want to, honestly. But that's not really how I plan on becoming a millionaire. So I actually plan on becoming a millionaire by developing raw land and selling off parcels and building on my own parcels that I choose to build on. So I'm looking for some land right now. Well, not actually right now, but when I get my project stabilized, I'm actually looking for some land that I can cut up in like maybe 4 or 5 acre tracts and kind of sell those off, because those are selling like hotcakes on the market right now, because that's what people want. They want kind of secluded living. They want, land. So I have to deliver. And there's a great market it's a great market of people who want those types of properties where I'm at right now. I'm in Tennessee. So there's a great deal of people who want that. So I do have a lot of lane. I do have a mentor. So I'm not just speaking, out of turn when I say, hey, I know I'm going to make my first million, because I have mentors. I have mentors that are mentors to me that I don't even know they're mentors to me. And I have a mentor who knows he's a mentor to me too. So I kind of have all the tips and tricks. So I plan on getting there by just continuous work, continuous grinding, and staying on course. So I don't want to do all the stuff that I was doing before, because I was bouncing around in other businesses, right? I was trying to learn how to trade stocks. I was in the trucking business. I'm still in the trucking business, but it's not really my main focus, honestly. Real estate is my main focus. I'm giving real estate 100% of me. So with that being said, I'm glad y'all watched this video. I'm gonna be uploading a lot more videos. I'm gonna try to get some more drone footage. I'm gonna try to get some, I'm gonna try to do it, but I'm not gonna try to overdo it as well. So I want y'all to stay on my journey. Like I said, I should have been recording videos, but I wasn't. I'm really camera shy, honestly, and I really don't like to conversate a lot with people. I don't know why I'm like that, but I'm just like that. It's whatever. But when I do, kind of get the time, when I do kind of get the time and I do feel like it, I will make videos on updates. We will take a tour of some of the properties I've completed and some of the properties that I'm working on right now. So stay tuned, stay locked in, and let's get it.